This has been described as a revolution in medicine, since the medicine is not a chemotherapy, not a small molecule, not an antibody, but rather a genetically reprogrammed cell, and this has indeed changed the landscape of the treatment of B-cell malignancies today. My name is Michel Sadelain. I am the director of the Columbia Initiative in Cell Engineering and Therapy. CAR T-cell therapy is a novel form of immunotherapy. That is to say, a therapy that enlists your immune system in fighting disease, whether it's cancer or autoimmunity. You can instruct T-cells to perform a task of the doctor's choosing. These CAR T-cells, being cells, divide in the body of the recipient. They multiply and persist for as long as there is a disease to be eliminated. I describe them as living drugs. I remember vividly the first patient with ALL, whom we infused with these CD19 CAR T cells. And when the first bone marrow sample came back to us, about 10-12 days after CAR T cell infusion, we couldn't detect any residual leukemia. We checked and double-checked. And this patient, who had a very significant leukemia burden just a few days before, was now indeed in complete remission. It's really extraordinary today to contemplate all the possibilities that these CD19 CAR T cells have opened. They make the demonstration that we can engineer immune cells for really any purpose of our choosing. That could be to eliminate a cancer cell. It could also prevent the rejection of the transplant. It could also be to relieve an autoimmune disorder. All of these seem possible, at least from the scientific and technical point of view today. What makes it so exciting to be at Columbia is the depth and breadth of the school. So I think it's a very exciting place to be at this time, where immune engineering and the engineering of other cell types is just on the cusp of being introduced into so many fields of medicine. It is so important that the public at large realize that new medicines most of the time don't come from the pharmaceutical industry, but they come from research conducted in medical centers and universities that are supported usually by the US government and sometimes by other agencies and or philanthropy. Breakthroughs don't just happen overnight, and it's because there's a number of MDs and PhDs that spend long hours testing new ideas that eventually a few of those ideas break through and one day bring to you a therapy that didn't exist before. I believe that the role of researchers like myself is to invent tomorrow's medicine. Today, when people walk up to me at conferences or at somebody's house visiting for dinner and tell me, oh, my aunt got CAR T cells, oh, my friend at school got CAR T cells. At the end of the day, that's probably the most rewarding.